Hello everyone and welcome back to the Calham64 LP Retrospective, and today we're going to be looking at the 6th game that I ever did on my channel, which was Donkey Kong Land 3, straight after Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. And honestly, this is one that I kind of forget I even LP'd in the first place. I don't know why. Just compared to everything else, you know, Super Mario Land 2, Sonic Advance 2, Zelda NES, those are ones that I remember. I'm like, yeah, I LP'd those, and it was something. But honestly, my memories of Donkey Kong Land 3 are kind of a mixed bag, really. I don't know why. I think it's mainly just because, you know, Donkey Kong Land 3 was a game that I was just like, I suppose this is all I have to LP, really. Because, see, back then, all I could really LP at the time, given the fact that my emulation knowledge and that was really limited. I mean, all I literally knew about, you know, was a Visual Advance. I didn't really know how to configure stuff like EPSXE or Kega Fusion, you know, for the Mega Drive and stuff. I didn't really know anything about that back then. So I really had to make do of, you know, for the time, was just Game Boy Color, and Game Advance games. And I hadn't really played a lot of them, to be honest. At least ones that I wasn't super familiar with. And I just thought, what can I do? What can I do after Super Mario Land 2, you know? I was all out of ideas. And honestly, I just thought, you know what? Donkey Kong Land 3 for the Game Boy. I don't know why. Given the fact, you know, that was a game and that I got with Super Mario Land 2 when I got my Game Boy back when I was 8 years old and stuff, and just, I don't know, I just thought, I don't know. I just felt like playing some Donkey Kong Land 3. I honestly don't know the reason why behind it or anything. There wasn't really any reason fully in that sense, you know, for gameplay and stuff going on. It wasn't the fact that I was like, oh my god, yeah, this game hits nostalgia home for me and stuff, because I don't really have a lot of nostalgia for Donkey Kong Land 3. It's kind of weird in that sense for me. Some games, even though I played them as a kid, some of the nostalgia factor in that is not really that strong to me. Of course, some of them are really powerful, like, oh my god, Super Mario Galaxy, back in 2007, November the 16th, oh my god, I always remember that day I got home after school. See, that sort of stuff hits home for me. But Donkey Kong Land 3? Not that much, really. And it's the same, really, with the LP. I guess that's kind of why, in that sense, given the fact that my nostalgia factor, you know, for Donkey Kong Land 3 wasn't really that strong, whereas Super Mario Land 2 was. I don't know, probably because I just played that a lot more, and it was more memorable to me in that sort of sense. I do remember, though, Donkey Kong Land 3 kind of being a little bit more ambitious, you know, compared to Super Mario Land 2. Given the fact that, even though this was recorded on an emulator and stuff, you know, I was going for a full completion, like collecting all of the bonus coins and everything, and just, you know, even the DK coins and that you get by throwing the barrels at those Kremlins. I forgot, honestly, what the names are of these guys. I do remember, though, that during the LP, I'm pretty sure I said what each enemy was. You know, for things and stuff going on. The fact I called the crocodile people Kremlins and stuff going on, you know? Because, it's a little different, okay? Okay, and I believe, okay, Luke, if you're watching this, I apologize if I get this wrong. This guy, by the way, is always correcting me for when I mistakenly, you know, say the wrong name for, like, the bees in Donkey Kong Country and, you know, the Donkey Kong Land series, okay? Okay, I'm gonna say this now, okay? I'm gonna say this now. If I get it wrong, I'll put it up as an annotation, okay? Just so you don't have to correct me, sir. Okay? Right. So, okay, I think the bees in the Donkey Kong Land series are called buzzards, okay? And the ones in Donkey Kong Country are called zingers. Have I got that right? I hope I have. Back to the main thing. I don't know what happened there. I just went out of, like, topic and stuff going on. Yeah. Most of the enemies that I remember, I just always said during the LP. I listed it down and things, but that was kind of the thing, really. I mean, Donkey Kong Land 3, the same with like all the Donkey Kong Country games and that going on, you know, not really much different happens. I mean, sure, you got like different sort of gameplay elements here and there and stuff, you know, like in Donkey Kong Country and stuff, you've got, you got the frog that you can ride and stuff, and the minecart levels, and all other kinds of stuff, really. But most of it, the majority of the time, is just literally going from point A to point B throughout the level, and what do you say? Particularly with, you know, particularly with Donkey Kong Land 3 for the Game Boy, given the fact that, you know, most of the levels now were very much sort of the same, like even like the assets and stuff going on, you know, the same sort of tree levels going on and underwater levels, and just, I don't know. That's the thing that kind of made me realize something though after Donkey Kong Land 3. It made me realize when you choose to LP a game, you really need to choose something, you know, that would be like amusing for people to watch, and so that you have a lot more to talk about and show off each episode, you know? You want to be very careful for the game that you choose, really. I mean, when I was making Donkey Kong Land 3 back then or so, back in 2013, I was having fun, don't get me wrong. I mean, I was making it, I was like, yeah, YouTubing, nearly did it for a full year. Here I am 5 years later, what am I doing with my life? So I was happy in that kind of sense and stuff going on, you know. I was just releasing Donkey Kong Land 3, it was recorded in high quality, and that's what I cared about. I just cared about the fact that I'm making LPs, I'm having fun, I've nearly did it for like, you know, the whole year during that time and stuff, you know, because it was August the 5th of 2013, where, you know, it was officially a year that day, and that was actually the release of Minish Cap, which I'll be talking about in the next episode or so, but I'll go on about that a bit later, because it's a little short at the minute. I want to make each LP retrospective somewhat, you know, 10 minutes long or something, I don't know. I don't want them to be ultra mega long though, you know, like say the Majora's Mask ones, where they're going for 20 minutes or something like that. It's just, I don't know, I find that a little bit too long myself, but still. I suppose, in a way, I remember while I was making Donkey Kong Land 3, this is a thing that I remember and cherish a lot most of the time, is the fact that while I was making it, Animal Crossing New Leaf came out during that time. I don't know if it came out actually when, you know, Donkey Kong Land 3 was released? I can't really remember or so, but I do remember though that while I was making Donkey Kong Land 3, I was playing the majority, you know, of Animal Crossing New Leaf for the 3DS, and I thought, oh my god, it's fantastic, this game. I was on it pretty much every day and stuff, you know, it was fun old memories, but of course then, later in life, things kind of got in the way in life and stuff. Things kind of changed, and I couldn't really find as much time, you know, on Animal Crossing New Leaf and stuff, so that's why it's kind of just been sadly sitting in the dust most of the time, because I honestly can't really find much time to go on it nowadays. It's kind of sad in that sense, really. But at least it kind of reminds me, you know, Animal Crossing New Leaf in that kind of way reminds me of the fact that I did an LP of Donkey Kong Land 3. Because I remember when I was talking to people on Animal Crossing New Leaf and stuff, you know, I was basically telling them, at least my friends and stuff, people, the fact that, you know, what was it? Oh yeah, Donkey Kong Land 3, I'm editing episode, what was it, like 4 or something. It's rendering out, and I'm going to upload it and stuff, you know. However, I remember a time, actually, when I was speaking to Luke, I think it was, also during the time when we had a session or so on Animal Crossing, and I was telling him I was rendering it out, and I was like, yeah, finished rendered, and I realised I rendered it, but without the bloody video border in the background. So I was like, oh no, I'm gonna render it again, and I left it rendering for like 2 hours and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, he found that hilarious. I found it annoying. Of course, looking back at it now, dude, I do find it hysterical, actually. So, we're on the same boat now, aren't we? Okay, right. Oh yeah, that was another thing. By the way, when I was explaining about, you know, Super Mario Land 2 in the previous episode, explaining about, you know, the whole video border in the background, it was the same thing really with Donkey Kong Land 3, except instead of making an actual Donkey Kong Land border, for some reason I decided to do, you know, an actual Game Boy look to it. So the screen would be in the center, you know, of the video, and then next to it would be the power, like, LED of the Game Boy, and it would just, you know, give you some sort of, like, Game Boy color. See-through, you know, the purple one, like, interface, because that's the one I actually own and still have to this day, to be honest. And I know that I'm not the first to do that, okay? Here's the thing, Josh Jepson did that before in his, The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening LP back in 2012, and then Chugga Conroy even did that in his, his Link's Awakening LP! Oh my god, what an epiphany! Wow. Yeah, okay, cool. So he did it in, like the Legend of Zelda, you know, Link's Awakening DX, or so, even though Josh Jepson did it as well, and that's, I wasn't the first, you know, to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do a Game Boy screen. No, I was kind of inspired, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna do the same thing. Because I couldn't really think of a border and stuff, you know, for the Donkey Kong Land 3, given the fact I wasn't all too familiar with that game. Like I was saying earlier, it's not really as nostalgic to me, you know, as all the other games that I talked about before, really. Oh, I remember I also had an intro for Donkey Kong Land 3 as well. It went a little something like this. And looking back at it, I like the intro. It's quick, it's simple, it just shows footage, you know, of like the game. Game Boy comes on, it's Donkey Kong Land 3, let's get into it. Nice and simple. And it was pretty fun making it in Camtasia Studio 8 as well. What else do you want me to say? It's a bloody intro. I suppose it was somewhat amusing for like the speed up sections and stuff, and you know, cutting things out, I suppose. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I remember just making the outro and stuff, making links for like next, previous, and playlists for what I did through so many years. You know, just having it as simple boxes and just enemy sort of art at the end. Just, I don't know. It's one of the LPs that I forget I even did. The same with Sonic the Hedgehog Spinball, given the fact that that was relatively short. Even with Sonic the Hedgehog 2, it's just always those type of games for some reason. I'm like, oh yeah, that happened. You know what I mean? But yeah, honestly, this is pretty much all I have to say, really, about Donkey Kong Land 3, my LP of it, you know, back in 2013 or so. This is pretty much all I have and feel about it nowadays. It's not really something special to me where I was like, oh yeah, that's a project that I'm really happy with. I look back on nowadays and just, oh my god, it's brilliant. It's kind of when I'm just like, yeah, that happened. It was amusing for the time. It kept me occupied, but it was okay. You know what I mean? It was kind of a mixed bag for me. Well, I suppose I might as well just end this LP retrospective episode off right here. So join me next time where I'm going to be talking about the next game I did after Donkey Kong Land 3, which marked my first year ever on YouTube, by the way, which is August 5th, 2013. 1 whole year later, I decided to redo and finish my LP, you know, of The Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap, recorded on an emulator and everything. And it's oddly enough one of the longest series on my channel. Even to this day, like compared to all the other stuff I've done. In fact, the longest I think I've done to this day is pretty much, what's it, Spyro 3 or Metro Prime. But it looks like Majora's Mask is gonna beat that due to how long that's taking. Which is my current one at the minute, if you're not aware. And yeah, so join me next time. I'm going to be talking about Minish Cap some more. Continuing on for the gameplay footage that I did last time, you know, because seeing it from the beginning, that would be a little strange, even though I'm talking about the same game, really. It's going to be the same thing with Metroid Fusion going on. Alright, cool. So, see you then. To see the next episode of this retrospective series, go to here. To see the full playlist of this series going on, go to here. To see the original LP of the one I have critiqued, go to here. Or even consider subscribing to the channel by going to here instead. Thank you for watching.